today, I've been capturing actually some night lapse, which is kind of interesting just in terms of things like the stars and so forth. Makes me wonder how I could do it actually better in terms of the low light, where to aim and so forth. But with that in mind, what did I read today? How about this one in terms of things like low lights? You'd expect things like zombies and ghosts. How about this one here? It says, zombie drones made from bodies of dead birds. As it says here, researchers have developed zombie duck drones made from the bodies of dead birds. A team at New Mexico Tech has found a way to use body parts to create realistic avian imposters. They believe that the drones would aid wildlife monitoring by blending in a natural environment. After showcasing the idea last year, mechanics have now been incorporated into ducks that can swim on water and pigeons fitted with cameras in their necks. I'm just thinking they kind of have stuff like this already in regards to animals that look really real, but they're completely fake and they use it to monitor wildlife. So it makes me wonder in that regards, is it really necessary to use a real animal part for it? It says assistant professor of mechanical engineering and Mustafa Hassanian says the team do not kill birds for the devices and they haven't been developed for espionage. The team explains the latest developments in the project focus on two taxidermy preserved mallard ducks engineered as both flapping and swimming drones. The swimming version replicates the duck's leg movements, enabling realistic natural motion in water. This innovative project blends avian physiology with advanced drone mechanics to create drones that closely mimic the natural flight pattern and behaviors of real birds. Beyond the mallard duck drones, the team is advancing the project by integrating shape memory alloys into the claws of the taxidermy pigeon, aiming to enable it to perch and observe a scene. Dr. Mustafa Hassanian explains, I should mention that the main and only use for this project is wildlife monitoring, not spying. Drones are being used for wildlife monitoring, however, they create lots of noise which could scare animals. No real birds were physically harmed in the making of the drones, and we do not intend to do this at all. Yeah, I'm still able to capture birds and stuff personally with the drone because I know specifically which area and which birds they're kind of used to that type of environment and all that. It says no real birds were physically harmed in the making of the drones and we do not intend to do this at all. It says we have only used the feathers and taxidermy birds that are available in the market and have worked with local taxidermy artists. The team adds the overarching goal of this project is to develop safe, eco-friendly platforms that can support wildlife monitoring, mitigating bird strikes near airports, and offer novel approaches for environmental observation and research. The fusion of taxidermy with drone technology marks a new era in bio-inspired engineering, setting the stage for versatile, low-impact drones that harmonize with nature. I wouldn't mind that personally, just flying a drone that looks like a bird, for example, just in general to capture the scenery, because even though the animals here, they're really used to it in a lot of situations, it'll be neat, I guess, if you're going to different areas, it'll blend in more easily, just like what you see in those documentaries when they create like quote fake animals that have cameras and all that. But yeah, I'm just wondering, is it really necessary to use real parts and all that for this? Would criminals actually use drones like these too? I wouldn't doubt it. And with that thought, how about this one where apparently someone was busted trying to use a more traditional drone to drop things like drugs and so forth, I imagine, into things like prison. What type of drone were they using? It looks like it was an Autel one. It says here, Kingston male arrested for flying drone into Warkworth institution. In September of 2024, investigators from the Kingston Police Intelligence Unit launched an investigation into a Kingston resident suspected of using a drone to smuggle drugs and contraband to an inmate at Warkworth Institution near Campbellford, Ontario. The accused was arrested in a vehicle near Warkworth Institution as they were flying a drone. At the time of their arrest, the accused was in possession of a package prepared for delivery into the institution. Along the additional evidence of previous drone drops, the accused was charged and held pending a bail hearing. The contents of the packages included 180 grams of cannabis, 57 grams of cannabis shatter, 24 mini cell phones, and 1,000 grams of tobacco. The approximate institutional value of the package is $200,000. Is that right, or is that like a typo of some sort? $200,000? And I also wonder too, if they're delivering, for example, 24 mini cell phones into this prison area and all that, isn't it obvious for people that are walking around monitoring the area saying, hey, what are you guys doing? Where did you get that phone, for example? Yeah, either way, I bet people like these would want to use drones that are disguised per se, yet at the same time, I think it will be equally as easy to catch since there is the noise. I don't think a bird or a duck will sound like a swarm of bees afterwards, right? And with that thought, in terms of types of drones too, I guess Sony's officially exiting the drone market. It says here in their notice for the Airpeak S1, end of sale notice. It says, thank you for your favorite use of Sony products. Airpeak S1 and related products will be discontinued at the end of March 2025, with the exception of some accessories as the business environment has changed since last year. We would like you to confirm the following details regarding the list of products that we discontinued and the details that will be provided with support, including repair services after the end of sale. And they list all the items. That actually wasn't a very long time in terms of Sony entering the market. This drone was insanely expensive too. I don't think there's that big of a market for these types anyways, aside from people doing maybe some kind of huge film production, for example, or commercial work. I think if any company wants to enter into this space, they're gonna have to cater to the mass majority, where just due to things like regulations and all that, things like a sub 250 drone would actually probably be really good if you can give it good flight time and a really good camera quality and all that. All right, see you guys later.